everyone. This is slightly weird, kind of ghetto setup, and the microphone is quite far away, and I haven't used the Rode mic in a while, but I had this video idea and this equipment that I need to fit onto my bike, and I need to get on with it, and having an 8, almost 9-month-old baby is making it quite difficult to find time in the evening to be by myself and quietly record a video, but this is the best I can manage in this very odd spot in the house. But here we go. So what am I doing today? I'm going to be using some Allen keys. I'm going to be using this mount. This is compatible with, I believe, GoPros, but it's also compatible with the bicycle light that it's intended for, which is this. This is my front light. This is if you're interested, a meteor storm light by Moon. It's a very good, very powerful bicycle light. You'll definitely be visible with one of these, but you might annoy drivers because it might be a bit too bright. I would suggest, if you're going to mount a high-powered front light on your bicycle, that you tilt it downwards towards the ground a bit more so it doesn't flash directly into oncoming traffic's eyes. Then I'm going to be using this mounting kit. It's made in China. It got good reviews, but I don't know if it got good reviews from avid cyclists or if it was just from casual cyclists, so I don't really know how good these types of light mounts are. You don't really see them on more serious bicycle websites, so I'm slightly concerned that there's a reason for that, but I'm going to try it anyway because I need to mount my front light for the winter months when I'm commuting. But these carbon fiber bars have this aerodynamic profile. That means I can't use my old round clamp on them. It's incompatible. This round clamp is designed for a rounded profile bar, like a steel bar, an alloy bar, or a round carbon bar. So I've had to try and find an alternative way to mount the front light. So let's begin. We'll begin by getting this phone mount pad out of the way first. So my phone goes into this. If I don't use this very often, it's good, but I don't use it very often. I don't need to because my route doesn't require me to use like a sat nav on my phone. And then let's remove the components from this package. I'm actually sitting down at the moment, which is not really working, so I'll get off my butt and stand up. Okay, I'll sit back down. So I've got this alloy piece of metal that has a mount at the top, which I believe is compatible with a well-known brand of bicycle computers, that measure your speed and can help you improve your cycling speed and things like that. But I'm not naming the brand to be impartial. I just actually can't remember. And then it's got this underside mount bracket, which I'm going to use the standalone bracket that you saw to attach to. Like so. And hopefully in this bag there will be a bolt that will keep that together. I should have 2 bolts that replace stem bolts, and then a 3rd bolt for mounting, and I think I can see it already. So let's open this up and take inventory. So these 2 bolts will be used to attach the mount to the stem. And then the remainder in this bag will be to attach the mount that I bought to the mount receiver on the stem mount. Using the word mount a lot there. And it's about this time that I wish I had some instructions. Okay. So, the opposite side here is threaded for this bolt to screw into, and thankfully this is hinged so I can tilt it more towards the ground like I mentioned earlier for oncoming traffic. So I'm gonna grab an Allen key now that will be the correct size for this bolt, which I think I have. Let me just check. Yes, okay. So I'll give this a little tighten. I won't tighten it up fully because I still want to select the position of this mount before tightening it down fully. It's quite stiff, which is good actually. I don't want it to be loose. So this mount is either going to mount like this, or this, or this, or this. I already have decided like this at the bottom. So I need to unscrew my stem bolts, and I hope it's all the same size. So yep, it is. Okay, good. Now I'm hoping my handlebars won't suddenly drop out of position, but there is a good chance they may. And I'm also hoping that these stem bolts have a universal diameter, because if they don't, this is over before it even began. That looks quite universal. Now it would be lovely if I could use the stem bolts from this bicycle stem, but that remains to be seen, so I'm going to take a look. I think I need to use the longer ones because the mounting system is assisted and the bars just dropped slightly. We don't want that to happen. So I'm going to have to hold the bars in place now so they don't drop anymore, because it'll be difficult to remember the position at this time of night in this little corner of my home. Okay, so the bars will fall if I let go, which is tricky because I really could do with both of my hands. I'm just going to take a look at how the stem would appear to attach. So I definitely need the bolts that came in the package. And I'm always really bad. It's got washers, but I'm always really not very bright when it comes to where you use them. I think I figured out where I need to use them. So very awkwardly with one hand, I'm going to try and mount one screw. I currently have something in my mouth that was not meant in an untoward manner. This is so awkward. This is very awkward. Okay, so this goes here. Okay, let's try and do this. So hopefully you can see what I've done. I've got the screw with the washer, then the mount, then this, oh dear, shim that just fell on the floor. Rather than trying to grab it from the floor, I'm just going to grab the other one once I get. Okay, well, this is honestly going about as well as I had expected it to go. So, no surprises from me. It's not going terribly. It could be going a lot worse. The handlebars have massively changed position. They're definitely not in the position that I ride them anymore, but for the purposes of the video, we'll just pretend that didn't happen and everything's okay. Although I have dropped 2 necessary components and misplaced the Allen key that I need now, so we're in quite the pickle. Where are you? Found it, okay. So let's just tighten this a bit, just in the hopes. Oh, and it's a different size. Great, thanks for that. Thank you. Okay, let's grab another Allen key. With my mouth again. Okay, I can at least get both of my hands back for a moment. And I will try to reach this spare part. Got it. Now I have my hand free. I can prepare the next bolt. And I've immediately found the issue. So I'm going to have to unscrew the one that's already tight in order to fit the shim between the stem and the mount before I can add the screw. So this is I'm not gonna be able to talk through this because I'm gonna need both hands and my mouth most likely. So I'll try and achieve that currently. Well, I don't know why. I thought this would go smoothly or just even slightly well. Okay. So I have a bizarre situation where only one will ever go in. Okay, so they're both going in now. I don't know if my bars are in the correct position. I'm going to push them into an approximate position and then I'll just check them later. I can't actually tell if this is going in properly and if it needs to be, how much it needs to be tightened up. My better half just came to have a little chat, and whilst she was, I was tightening these screws. The thing is, most people that customize their bikes and get carbon parts buy a torque wrench, and then they can set it to a resistance or whatever the power numerical physics rating they give to the resistance met when you turn a wrench, because you can over tighten your parts and crush your carbon, which obviously is a very expensive mistake to make. So I'm trying to not over tighten these parts. This screw seems to just keep going forever though. Okay, hopefully that's enough. The bars seem pretty stiff in place. Hopefully they're in the right position and I haven't spent all that time tightening it right the way down with my bars in an incorrect position. They look about right. They don't look a million miles off. Okay, so we're gonna fit the light to the mount. And actually, that's the maximum we can tilt it downwards, because the light is quite long and it touches the mount. So that thing I said about not flashing drivers in the eyes, I'm going to be a hypocrite and be doing exactly that. Okay, good, it slides off the front so I can actually get it off and on. So I'm just going to tighten this down. And that's that, really. If I ever get a computer for whatever reason, I can mount it here. I can get my phone here, and my light can be here. Bang that on quickly. It's kind of pointed straight forward. I mean, I guess I could point it up into the air. I don't know if that would not annoy drivers, but... Whoops. Oh, crap. This light has too many modes. Oh, crap. It even has an SOS mode. For some reason. Alright, I think that's the mode I use. I don't really like the flashing mode, but it saves a lot of battery. They last so much longer if they flash instead of stay on continuously. I think that light has about 30 minutes battery life on constant and about 6 to 8 hours if it's flashing, so the difference is monumental. So that's my slightly odd looking mount. Very strange looking, but will do the trick quite nicely, hopefully. Thank you for watching this ragtag thrown together video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's given you some ideas if you're a cyclist on things you could do with your bicycle or not do or avoid doing. And I shall see you whenever I may see you.